My name is Andrew Rickabaugh. I worked as a firefighter for several years. I worked with the police department for a few years and ultimately opened a business. All the while I was in just retired from the Marine Corps Reserve. I've been on the mats technically since high school, so 2002 on and off. Leading into the injury, I was the most consistent I had been, and then wanted to challenge myself a little bit, so went to a tournament in Nashville. It was the final round, for the first place, and couple minutes left in the round. I was definitely wearing on him a little bit. I was up on points, and he pulled a jumping guard pull move that I personally wasn't ready for. He grabbed a hold, kind of a collar tie, jumped his legs around my waist, and my body just wasn't ready to bear that weight. With my right leg extended, his body collapsed down on my forward knee, and it broke it in half the wrong way. The most physical pain I've ever felt and hope to ever feel. Right after the injury, I was rushed to Vanderbilt Hospital, did surgery. This happened on Saturday, did surgery Monday, where they opened me wide up. Thankfully, reconnected everything. So my ACL, they stitched it back together. All of the other ligaments, PCL, LCL, MCL, was all reattached to the femur, and my hamstring muscle was reattached to the femur. Dr. Obremski, shout out to him, he did an excellent job. I was going through sort of your run-of-the-mill physical therapy that the doctor refers you to afterwards, and I always said, if my goal was, a good standard of living, my physical therapy that I was getting hit the mark, but I wanted to get back onto the mat, get back onto, mountain climbing. I had just gotten back, a few months earlier from hiking Pikes Peak. I had heard of the Athlete Lab actually when I was at Vanderbilt Hospital. My first thought was, looks great, probably can't afford it. I should have reached out earlier. I spoke with Dr. Trent. He answered the phone when I called. I thought that was amazing. I was happy to work out something that was very doable. Coming to the Athlete Lab, you get the immediate impression that this place is a little different. You look around and you see, some of the functional fitness type things, just kind of the warrior mindset type things that kind of speaks to you just kind of walking in. You're going to be pushed within your limits and challenged in ways that I wasn't challenged previously. But here, I've got a professional that I'm working with, consistently checking in on me and making sure that I'm not going to injure myself, but that I'm also pushing myself. And with some of the tools at Dr. Trent's disposal here at the Athlete Lab, from you've got red light therapy, you got the cold plunge, and you've got the quick board, the assault bike, and all these different modalities that kind of work together in a great path towards recovery. When I came in here on a cane, and now I'm hopping on one foot. I'm working on my running. I'm getting back on the mat. I started back at jiu-jitsu this week, and it's really been an amazing experience. I don't want to place the blame on anybody. However, that being said, if you do that jumping guard move right, you end up with your opponent on top of you, and they are in your guard. There are so many safer ways to do that rather than throwing your uncontrolled body weight onto your opponent. If you do the move wrong, you snap your opponent's leg in half. The juice is not worth the squeeze with this move. I do think it should be banned. If the black belts want to do it, let them do it. But the rest of us, let's keep our livelihood and ability to function, and not risk it with such a dangerous move. That's my opinion. I greatly appreciate Dr. Trent and the Athlete Lab for what they've shown me I'm capable of, for pushing me, and ultimately for allowing me to not only get some normalcy about my life, but I can physically do things now that uninjured people my age can't do. I'm out there coaching my kids in wrestling. I wouldn't be doing this if I hadn't have found the Athlete Lab and hadn't have had the support that I get here.